I am obsessed with the brand new picture window in my kitchen, installed by my friends at Paul Henry's Windows. Not only does the window completely change the look of the room, I don't need to use the space heater in the kitchen anymore. That's the huge win. It's time to upgrade your windows in time for spring. Take 10% off each window with a 5-window minimum and 10% off each store. Paul Henry's Windows is family owned and operated, and I can speak firsthand to their top-notch professional service. Schedule your free estimate today at paulhenryswindows.com.
99X, we are the Morning X. Barnes, it's Leslie. Hey, you know we have an app. It's the 99X Freeloader app. Inside that app, whenever you leave the perimeter and go off on your journeys, you can take us with you. And you also get different commercials. You ever notice that? You get different commercials, random weird ones.
Out of the blue.
Yeah, like wherever you are. Like if you're in Europe, you start getting them in French. It's kind of funny.
How does that happen?
I guess they just feed them in if you're in the different areas because, we're huge in France and Sweden. Anyway, get your Freeloader app wherever you get your apps because you can take your Sleaze with you. Here's some of it now.
Ryan Gosling has been everywhere. Have you seen some of the reviews for his new movie coming out, Project Hail Mary?
It's
coming out March 20th.
Right? They spent a ton.
Well, let me just say this. Here's just a headline from The Hollywood Reporter. Project Hail Mary review. Ryan Gosling proves he can have chemistry with a rock in a thrilling space odyssey warmed by humanity and hope. He plays a science teacher who finds an unusual ally in a mission to save 2 worlds. Another headline I saw said it's a masterpiece. So we'll see, coming out March 20th. He was on with Fallon recently talking about meeting his hero, Barnes, who dropped some wisdom about SNL.
That budget, by the way, $248 million.
Mike Myers.
Ooh, I love this.
Huge hero of mine. Lauren made it happen. It was incredible, and I was very nervous. And right before I went on, he came into the dressing room, and he poked his head in, and he said, I'm going to tell you what Gilda Radner told me on my first day. He said, the show is a monster, and it needs to eat every Saturday night. And tonight, it's having you for dinner.
That is so funny.
And doesn't that kind of
true?
That's
yeah.
what it feels like.
It kind of feels like that's like, you're getting eaten this Saturday.
I get in trouble a lot for laughing on the show. And I get, people always bring you into it. So they always go, you laugh too much, you and Fallon.
What?
I
get dragged into this.
I gotta say, he is one of those actors that is all in when he hosts SNL. He's so good and so funny. Tim Daly is going to join his wife, Taya Leone, in an NBC comedy called Newlyweds, marking their first on-screen collaboration since their time on Madam Secretary. How did I miss that they were married? I don't know. I guess they got married last year after meeting on Madam Secretary, but I had no idea that they were married.
I had no clue. I worked on this movie with David Duchovny, and I spent an entire day with him sitting literally our thighs were touching. I know that turns you on, Leslie.
Your thighs were touching
the
with
whole
David
time. We're on a
Duchovny?
couch.
Okay.
I played his neighbor. So during this scene, he was going through the breakup with Taya Leone. And so they were on the phone constantly. In between takes, we were filming in a house up in Alpharetta. He would go outside, and he'd come back in all worked up. He was going in and out on the phone. It was surreal. You don't want to go, hey, dude, everything okay? Like, it was really awkward. I didn't know that Tim Daly married her.
I know. This series, Newlywed, it centers on a later-in-life love story between a free-spirited woman and a reserved professor. And I guess they get married immediately, and then we'll see what happens. But the 2 of them together, that's actually kind of cool. Here's a couple that I think is great together. Adam Sandler and Dustin Hoffman. Yeah, a remake. Tell me what you think about this premise, because it's about another movie that I know we've seen in the last 20 years. This one's a remake of this French film called Time Out. Adam Sandler plays the lead role of a guy who pretends to go to work every day after being laid off to spare his family from the truth. Dustin Hoffman portrays his father in the film. Wasn't that another movie? Like a deja vu thing?
Well, Clooney and Sandler, though, what is this new era of pairing him with...
I know.
This is really... And it's going to be a serious role?
I don't know. It's a remake of this movie called Time Out.
Oh.
Okay, do you think this is a stretch? Hulu is developing a comedy called Townhouse, featuring Chelsea Handler as a washed-up reality star.
No, I think it's dead on.
Her character navigates life with a group of misfits in her entourage as they attempt to restore her public image and revive her career. Wait a second, they're copying Hacks.
Oh, that's what Hacks is?
Yes,
I don't watch
come
Hacks.
on. Okay, gotta ask you this. Do you think this is a good premise for a movie? Executive producer Barnes, Ben Stiller. The story behind the sport you thought you knew? Born to Bowl.
First ping pong, now we're getting into bowling? What is this?
Life is a little different as a pro bowler.
I travel with a fridge because I can't eat casino food for a month.
Bowling is such a unique sport.
Who do you think you are? I am! Oh, you haters, y'all didn't think this would happen again, did you?
This is my first CBS season. These guys are the most competitive people.
I guess I'm the Bob Ross of bowling.
You got to take the hair out.
I just started doing the stretches.
I was kind of born into bowling.
To win a U.S. Open trophy was so emotional. There's actually a tear still on it.
Bowling is a crazy job.
It takes not a super sane person.
We're away from our families for 2 straight months.
These guys aren't paid salaries. PBA only pays prize money. They're trying to just make a living.
I got some W-2s. Too bad the money didn't equal the W-2s.
The pressure.
It's make or break.
I'm gonna apologize now, okay?
Shove your camera up your ass.
I didn't think they could make bowling fun. That sounds funny to watch.
Right? Born to Bowl March 16th on HBO Max. Ben Stiller, EP. What would be next, Barnes?
Well, he's got that pickleball movie coming out, too.
That's right.
Damn, who would have thought in 2026 we'd have ping pong, pickleball, and bowling movies?
On the Today Show, Joshua Jackson speaking up for the first time about his Dawson's Creek co-star, James Vanderbeek.
He and I shared this amazing time where that clip comes from at a very young point in our life, right? And it was formational for us, and I know both of us look back on that time with great fondness. But I will also say that I know that I'm really just a footnote in what he actually accomplished in his life. And partially in that interview that you did, partially in conversation with him, he became what we used to just call a good man, right? A man of the kind of belief, the kind of faith that allowed him to face the impossible with grace. An unbelievable partner and husband, right? Just a real man who showed up for his family. And a beautiful, kind, curious, interested, dedicated father. And so while on the one hand that's beautiful, and I think he did lead a very good life and he was a good man, it is also, the tragedy of that loss for his family is enormous.
So sad when you think about that whole Dawson's Creek family, right? Yeah. That is your celebrity sleaze.
We have the power to get you into concerts for free all day. All week. We've had tickets for Our Lady Peace and Verve Pipe. More of those tomorrow on the ticket window. Steve's show can get you into Social Distortion. He's coming up next on 99X.
Deadlines shift, plans change, and sometimes you just need promo products fast. Turn to 4imprint. 4imprint has hundreds of promotional items available with 24-hour turnaround, from custom apparel and drinkware to trade show gear, writing tools, and more. Your logo is printed with care, your order ships fast, and with their 360-degree guarantee, you know it'll show up right and on time. That's the certainty of 4imprint. Check out the full 24-hour selection at 4imprint.com.
4imprint.